we'll welcome Jackie to give her Drash for us today. So thank you very much, Jackie. I'll go ahead and take this out of your way for you, though.
Oh, that's a heavy one.
Yeah, give you a hand. There you go.
Good morning. Good morning. I have to quit singing. It's so loud when those songs are so hard. I almost lost my voice on that last song. My drash today is titled, Don't Argue with the Donkey Because They Will Win. And I think I have a picture of a donkey back there. So we'll keep him in mind while we're doing this. As Balaam set out for Moab, God was angry because he was going. Why? Had not God himself granted Balaam permission to go? Why did he become angry? The Almighty knew what was in Balaam's heart. He knew that despite all his exterior piety, Balaam intended to curse Israel and get the reward from Balak. The angel of the Lord blocked Balaam's path 3 times. Each time Balaam did not see the angel, but the donkey did. This is more than just a good story. The 3 incidents correspond to Balaam's 3 attempts to curse Israel in Numbers 23:24. Balaam attempted to utter a curse over the people of Israel 3 times, but each time the Lord stood in his way, so to speak, and changed his curse into a blessing. Ironically, Balaam referred to himself as the man whose eye is opened, and as the man who knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of the Almighty, having his eyes uncovered. His donkey disagreed with his self-assessment. The man who sees clearly the vision of the Almighty with eyes open did not see as clearly as his donkey. The donkey had a better vision of God than Balaam did. The donkey had deeper spiritual insight than Balaam did. The angel of the Lord blocked Balaam's path 3 times. An unseen angel with a sword in his hand stood only a few paces ahead of him. On the 3rd occasion, Balaam assaulted his donkey with a stick. When the donkey rebuked him, Balaam said, "If there had been a sword in my hand, I would have killed you by now." The sages noticed the irony of such a statement from a man who allegedly could defeat an entire nation simply by the power of his words. He intended on smiting all Israel with the power of his speech, but he needed to beat his donkey with a stick and wished for a sword to kill her. This villain was going to curse an entire nation which had not sinned against him, merely by the power of his words. Makes us want to stop and think about the power of the words that we use on a daily basis. Yet he had to smite his donkey with his hand to prevent it from going into a field. The donkey spoke to Balaam, saying, "You need a sword in your hand to kill me." How then do you intend to uproot an entire nation with only your words? Balaam could not think of an answer, so he kept silent. The Midrash Rabbah goes on to explain that one should never argue with donkeys or any other animals because they will always outwit a person. For that reason, God, in his mercy and wisdom, has closed the mouths of animals. If not, they would continually make us feel stupid. Sometimes mine still does. The Holy One, blessed is he, has a consideration for the dignity of mankind and knowing their weakness. He shut the mouth of the beast, for they had been able to speak. It would have been impossible to put them to service of man or to stand one's ground against them. For here was this donkey, the most stupid of all beasts, and there was the wisest of all wise men. Yet as soon as she opened her mouth, he could not stand his ground against her. I have a donkey in my life too. We all do, I think, if you think about it. My donkey is a 37-pound, 7-year-old wire-haired terrier, fox terrier, named Jake. He is always with me and gets very disturbed if I'm outside by myself. Every morning when I let him outside, he patrols the entire backyard, corner to corner, trying to uncover the danger that may have entered our yard overnight. That danger usually was a fox or a deer or someone else's dog, heaven forbid. When I am in the yard, he has to be with me there. If strangers are around, he shouts the alarm, looking at them and then at me as if to say, I'm doing a good thing protecting you, Mom. Sometimes he can be a nuisance, but he's my little donkey. Just like Jake, God is always there, looking out for us. If we are listening to him by reading his word and praying, we will make good decisions. We need to listen when he's speaking to us. God will send messages to us in different ways. We need to have our ears open, listening for instruction, and then follow through with them. God wants what is good for us, but we have to be willing to listen and do the right things. Be aware of the little things we hear. It may be God trying to steer us away from danger. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.